Hello, my name is Peter Ashworth, and I'm going to talk today a bit about the Chrome DevTools. Right now, we are in my current website for my WDD 230 Web Frontend Development class at BYU, Idaho, and I'm here to show you about Chrome DevTools. So there's a few ways to open it. First of all, you can hit these three dots here, and you can go to More Tools and then Developer Tools. It also shows you the keyboard shortcut for it, and you could also just right-click anywhere on the page and then click Inspect, and that's how you get to the DevTools. A little overwhelming if you haven't seen it before, but before we move on, I actually want to make this window incognito for a reason I will share in a little bit here. So let's open Chrome DevTools. So there's a few parts or tabs here that I want to talk about today. That is Elements, Console, a little bit of Network, and then these two right here, Lighthouse and CSS Overview. Those are the main ones. So first let's talk about Elements. So as you can see, as I hover over these elements here, these tags in HTML, it highlights on the left the parts that in the HTML correspond. So for example, the header right here, you can see when I hover over it, the image is highlighted, the border is a little different color, and then you have your H1. So if we open the header and we just hover over just the image, we can see just the image is highlighted, H1, just the H1 is highlighted, and the green shows you how much padding I have on it. So you can actually temporarily change the parts of the HTML or even the CSS. So for example, I could also change the padding above the H1 or the title there. I can make it 0, or I can make it 200 pixels. You can see all that padding is there. However, whenever you refresh the page, it changes back. So this isn't not a permanent change to the site. That you'll have to do through GitHub and Visual Studio Code. However, it is very useful when you're just debugging or testing things, seeing how things would look, say with a different color or different wording or whatever else you might want to change, and it helps with that. It also makes it more convenient instead of having to open live server and refresh every time you make a change in Visual Studio Code. Okay, so then we'll move on to console. Console, I don't have much JavaScript on this site yet. I do have a little bit down here where it says when I last modified the page, but if there were any errors from the JavaScript, I would get them here, and it would show in the console. And so this is basically, for now, it's just a really great way to debug JavaScript. So we'll move on to network a little later. For now, I just want to focus on Lighthouse. And Lighthouse is very cool because it has these 4 categories for, I guess, the Lighthouse report, and you have 2 different device options here too. And what it does is basically it tests how well your website works. on both mobile view and desktop views. It's very important that check both because they can be different. We know about media queries, how it changes, like a phone mobile view here, desktop view here. See how it changes. So that's why it's important. So let's test mobile view first. We want to leave this navigation in default, and then keep all these categories checked because they're all important. Analyze page load, and wait for it to load the page with the Lighthouse report. Now, performance. If this was not in incognito mode, it would have given me around a 76 or 75, I don't know exactly, but and that would be because of various reasons, one of which is that I have extensions on Chrome, and incognito, I guess, just does something to change it. I'm not entirely sure, but so these are all really important. SEO stands for search engine optimization, which is basically just finding the website. Are you able to find it? Best practices is just the general things to make the website work well. Accessibility is like having an alt attribute on your images, for example. Like say if I wanted to save this image, it has a name here that you can save it as. So that's helpful. And performance is how quickly the website loads and how it continues to load as you move down the page, and how fast. So that's that. So now I would go back to Lighthouse, close this down, go back to Lighthouse, which is just on these two little arrows here, Lighthouse, and then check the desktop view, analyze that. And it won't show the desktop view because there's no room on the screen, but it is testing for desktop. And as you can see, there are a couple things wrong, but that's okay. It doesn't need to be perfect, just in the green. So that's that. Next, I want to look at CSS overview. So this is also a really handy, nifty tool. If you just click Capture Overview, it shows you the main part I want to look at is colors, because it shows you the contrast of the colors, and if I had bad contrast here, it would tell me does not meet AA standard, which just means there's not enough contrast on the colors overlapping. There's other things here too, like just info about media queries, the fonts, unused declarations, just being neat and tidy. One helpful tool that I really like is called Siege Media. This website here, it will show you what colors work well together when they're overlapping. So for example, we have this dark purple here. Let's say we want this text to be more readable. We would maybe make it white, because that's a dark purple, and then we have white overlapping, and that's good contrast. In fact, it's AAA level. So that's the type of thing I guess a AAA website would use. So that's that. Very nifty website that will help when you are testing for color contrast. And finally, we have network. Network is used when you hard reload the page and you open it for the first time, it shows you how quickly it loaded. So in my case, my website finished in 214 milliseconds. So you want it to be fast. You want your page to load from 1 to 2 seconds. Doesn't need to be this fast, especially if you have a really big, large website. So yeah, that is Chrome DevTools and everything I know about Chrome DevTools so far. I hope you got something out of it. Thank you very much. Have a great day.